intro in.
Fonder.
Blob.
Right.
Yep, it's Blob game.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's start.
Okay.
Number one. I think someone took me. My first
I
player
am
is.
going to be...
I call pink.
I want to be orange.
It has been
I'm gonna
like
be. Did you
classic
guys?
green.
Oh, I wanted invisible.
I don't want invisible and orange.
Ah,
Yeah, alright,
look
happy.
at that.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I'm mad.
Alright,
Look
start.
at my Blob.
Ooh. Oh, look at
So-
this intro art.
By our
Intro
wonderful
cutscene.
art slave.
Tell us
Q.
about this intro art.
What inspired you?
Yeah. Q.
Well, I guess the blob itself.
Okay.
you
Yeah.
died, it's
you
over.
fooled all of us.
Oh, yeah, trigger pauses.
Yeah. All right. We can play a game.
Sorry, team.
Oh, is that new, the bosses?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
new buttons.
We have new graphics from yesterday.
Yeah.
Wait.
And then-
Oh, well, I'm not player
Yeah.
one.
Stop that. I'll show you the real. There's the.
I think I'm
Oh,
player
someone
one.
stole player
I think
one
I'm
from
player
me.
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
reset the level. Let's go.
Yeah, it's unfair. Someone's ahead of everyone else. Oh, look at that
That
crown.
reminded me.
Look at these.
So
Oh, yeah.
yesterday I implemented alternate crowns for people.
Oh.
Q drew them and I
So
added them
second
to the
place
game.
gets a crown, or what's the deal?
What happens is each player has a 1% chance of when they died, when they pick up the crown or get the crown during that level,
Oh, man.
it'll show up as a different one.
Noob, sell to Blob.
Nice.
Oh no. Green's gonna take it from me.
Is it 1% chance to be different, or
Yeah.
1% for each one?
For each player, it's 1% chance
Guys.
per level. So that
Stay in the game. Oh, fine.
resets each time they join a different map.
Oh, blue. Oh, that was cool.
Play pink.
Yay.
Let's go. Well, that was level 1.
Here's level 2.
We introduced our first button that we were actually using all of last
Oh,
level.
get
Yeah.
it, blue.
Here's a little tutorial screen.
Yeah.
Look at it, everybody.
We tried to.
It's my
Yeah,
favorite.
so
It's educational.
if you notice, the button's connected to that wind there, and that's actually using a system that we have pretty much throughout Blob game to connect different actors together. Actors being pretty much any object in the game. So
The levels are actors.
yeah, the levels are actors,
The hills,
blobs are actors, pretty much everything.
Oh yeah.
Dan, why don't you explain the idea of an actor?
Oh, an actor is an object that gets updated in the game's main update, pretty much.
Oh, Green's getting scrunched.
Yeah, oh, you guys are mean.
Oh.
I
Oh.
keep explaining.
No.
Focus on your explanation.
Okay, that's the point. It's difficult to play and talk at the same time, but
Not next level plays.
yeah.
Oh, nice green.
Okay.
You already get denied.
So actors also have the opportunity to draw themselves each level, either through a custom drawing routine or pretty much everything uses the same drawing routine called body sprite. And what that does is it takes a physics body and then attaches an image to it such that its rotations appear on the image.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
So what level is this? 5?
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
this is
Oh,
5.
don't even.
Last
Did we
level
ever
is
fix the,
technically level
ordering?
7. And
No,
this
is
is level
technically
5.
level 5, but it's the third level.
So what is the actual ordering of our levels? It's
1, 7, 5,
3,
3,
4,
4.
8.
Wait from plays.
No,
2, 8.
4, 2,
Oh.
8, yeah.
There's no 6.
No 6. It was like, what was the level 6 going to be, Harrison?
Well, it was going to be a level where you could fly around because there was constantly wind pushing you places, but didn't really pan out.
Yeah. Our wind isn't.
Oh, no.
Is kind of fake wind, so
Yeah.
that's the main reason.
Come on.
I want to see an alternate crown.
Yeah.
Well, it's
It's
low
a
chance.
1% chance.
Well, if we play 21
player,
levels
per time.
and there are 6 players,
Yeah,
For
crunch-
crown?
crunch
Guaranteed
those
to
over
happen.
for us.
that's 126 chances.
Shoot.
I'd take those odds.
Yeah.
1 in 100, doing 126 times.
We're taking
No,
this
no.
Oh, let's go. So yeah, this is the original iteration of that puzzle, right? Oh, that's me up ahead. Oh well. Had the air just totally destroying the blobs going over a hard surface, and that we added those buttons, much to Ian's chagrin.
Yeah.
So how is that effect accomplished?
Oh,
Actually?
God.
Which one?
No.
Yeah, jiggle balls?
The jiggle balls appearing from the bottom of the screen.
Oh,
They
we just
had-
have
Oh,
yeah.
Pink, let's wreck 'em, Pink, wreck 'em.
Oh,
Oh, yeah!
Wait, how's it work, Ben?
I dunked you.
Oh, so what it does is the jiggle balls have the ability to have an input that says what actor is giving an input, similar to what Dan described with the input system,
Right.
or will describe.
okay.
But if they have an input and it's inactive, all the jiggle balls will apply a force down permanently.
Okay, so having the input activate releases them to their natural
Either
position.
that or the inverse. But
Okay.
basically, like, until it has the right signal, it'll be pushing down permanently.
Yeah, so the input system we have for actors, all actors have properties, which are
Oh yeah, that's how it's done,
functions
fellas.
that are accessed through Java reflections. And so they have a string, a key for each property, and then a value that is some Java data type. So for inputs, we actually have a Boolean data type that's mapped to, I'm not sure what the name is. What's the name of the property?
Input or
Target
target
input.
input. Target
Okay,
input.
yeah,
I
so
believe.
each actor can target another one and then read a getter on it. And if that getter's true, then the input registers as active.
And we have logic gates we use as well.
Yeah,
we
the
have
logic
like
gates
what
are
is the gate system that we built? Like
Oh.
D.
Oh yeah, that
so
was fun.
We wanted some simple ands and ors just to get like
I'll get in there.
switches.
Get me through.
Switches able to activate and deactivate in chains, but we ended up implementing pretty much all of Boolean logic and or and not, and so
Even a clock.
And a clock.
And a
yeah.
clock. Yes.
yeah, and a clock, because I was in electrical engineering class at the time and was able to make a positive edge-triggered D flip-flop.
Which is RAM.
From Minecraft.
Yeah, it's a single bit of RAM.
Oh, I don't have enough dots.
We actually have the video of it in the media section of our website.
Yeah, it's kind of silly, but
Good
fun.
plug.
Yeah, and also making a starring appearance in that video is platforms, which you'll see are nowhere in our game
Because they just
we just
aren't good.
removed them.
Oh, I guess I never noticed.
Yeah, we implemented a crush sensor. I think Dan, you had the logic for it using the linked list.
Oh,
or
man.
The,
Yeah.
the connection of.
I am showing off my
They were just too
skills.
sensitive, or
Well, it was just. It seemed really natural for things stopping.
Mhm.
Some actors, I think the only actor that uses the crush sensor now is doors when they're closing, and the one big floating gear in level 4. Level
Medium.
4.
Well,
this level, the hard
this
mode.
level.
This
I
one.
think all the gears use
Yeah.
it, but that's just the only
No,
one where
they
I've
don't
ever seen.
actually.
Oh, really?
No, we position them in a certain way that the teeth will actually push.
well, everything uses it, right? It's
Yeah.
not actually disabled.
It's not disabled, but the only one that needs it is later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have it implemented, so they could use it if they wanted to.
Yeah. But yeah, mostly doors. Which have the
No,
same
blue!
picture as platforms.
Wait, which
did.
color is Q? So I know what.
Not
They're actually
anymore.
slightly different.
The
I
door
mean,
has an arrow.
The doors have the arrows.
By
but
the way, I'm
platforms,
green and I'm super winning.
You don't have the crown, sorry.
Yeah,
I have the crown.
I guess platforms are kind of in the level, and that
I'm winning the
them
race,
and
so-
doors have the same origin.
Okay, this is not going well. for
Oh,
me.
I'm
Good teamwork, guys.
Go invisible.
We push this back. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Now can we all walk over green?
Yes, everyone
No,
walk
I
over
don't
to
think
green.
this
Get
is a
wrecked,
good
green.
idea.
Get wrecked.
No.
I think blue got all those dots. Is
Fun
that,
fact,
who's blue?
platform
You?
is
that
still
you?
in the game, but it's just its image.
Well,
Yeah.
there's many things in the game, like Rock Cave, for instance.
Rock
Oh.
Cave.
Yeah.
I mean, like platform's
So we're
image is in an actual level.
Yeah, we have the static body. Oh, do you want
Yeah.
to describe the difference between like dumb actors and smart actors, Dan?
Oh yeah, so to save time, we actually implemented like a default kind of actor that is
Oh.
called background.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you to tell us the name, Dan. How intuitive.
Yeah, so it used to just be for backgrounds, but then we decided to make everything out of backgrounds. So the nice thing about it is any physics object that we have defined in our, we have a physics editor called, what's physics body editor?
Yeah, by Earl Ribbon.
Yeah, so anything that
The
shows
French
up
guy.
there will be automatically detected again by reflection and appears in our level editor. So you can just take objects and add them, and they don't have any logic
Thanks, Blue.
associated with them. They just appear and are physicsy.
Blue, can you butter off? Sir.
So another cool thing
No.
is that we added semi-late in the game is these lasers. You
Yeah.
see they're acting as gates and making quite an awesome noise when people pass through them.
They
Yeah.
go up in, what was it, Harrison?
They descend in a major scale.
So the early problem that we had is that certain players would get really far behind in multiplayer like
Or
this.
far ahead, depending
Or
on
far
how
ahead.
okay.
Let's go.
And that causes our camera to zoom so far out that the game almost becomes unplayable. So we implemented the gate system to try and get around that in an intuitive way.
Right, yeah. The lasers will open doors so that people can continue.
Actually, lasers are much like buttons.
Yeah.
So they can open anything, but we
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah,
use
so
them
they
on
use
doors.
the same input system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lasers send out an input the same way buttons do, and to trigger that input, all the blobs have to pass those lasers. So it acts like a button that everyone has to touch.
And you'll actually see in the actual colored lasers, the little dots and the lines are actually generated based on the number of blobs you have. And I think Ben did that work. But
I was glad that it automatically worked when we added color changing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that, was,
yeah.
that was very cool.
Yeah, it's like I read from a variable. It's like
Ah!
amazing.
Oh man,
boy.
this is some good plays right there. We'll just. I really like the
See,
sound.
we're ready to breach this door.
Oh, yeah.
We're in formation.
You can see my color
Everyone
really blending in with the
transform.
deactivated lasers. So here we go. I really hate those green jiggle balls. They are my bane.
I mean, just this one part.
Blue
Guys,
guys.
Oh,
guys.
someone's inside
Oh
someone.
god.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's,
god,
that's
what
some good
happened?
stuff, guys.
Detangling an
Oh,
act.
so So an interesting thing about the physics library we use, if two objects that shouldn't be overlapping become overlapping, it tries to fix them, and its performance inversely scales with the number of points of contact. So if two things are inside each other, it slows way down.
So people jamming at a door and spamming, transform,
Is really
can
fun.
sometimes slow down the
It's
game.
a great
Yeah,
time.
it really
You should
can.
try it at
Stop
home,
doing it.
kid.
Not to mention the way Blob is
Okay,
made is not very
let's do this
natural.
one at a time here.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stay right
everyone
here. I'm gonna have
left?
some fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
no, Blue's
Doing
gonna
good.
take the lead.
Uh,
Oh, I got
It's
the crown.
cute.
I saw
Yeah.
the crown.
We were talking about how it tries to fix people who are inside each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Blob structure itself makes that would not work too well on blobs, so it can get pretty crazy.
But we have a blob detangler.
Yeah, tell me
Right.
Right.
We ha-
Ben,
someone
tell us
who
about
wrote
that.
Yeah,
that
tell
was
us about
Ben.
the
That was
blob
Ben,
detangler.
everyone.
I have no idea how
Phone
it
home,
works,
tell
but,
your parents,
it
tell
seems
everyone.
to.
It was
Yeah,
Ben.
if you have two squishy blobs and they happen to be overlapping, and
Oh my,
you
keep
just
getting dunked.
move them away from each other, they tangle.
And I'm sure it uses the most efficient algorithm in the
Definitely,
world.
definitely.
Uh-huh.
It's not like I'm iterating over the entire manifold of everything every time, just to make sure that.
I mean, you have to be sure. It's physics. You gotta
I
get
can
right.
do this. I can do this.
Let's
Hold
not
on.
spam it here.
So that's you.
So then, how's taking this puzzle going? I mean,
Wait,
you
this is the
invented
worst
this
puzzle
game.
game.
Yeah, this puzzle
Oh,
really
come on.
distinguishes.
Oh man.
This is one of the earliest puzzles in Blob Game too.
Yeah.
It's not a puzzle.
Yeah, it's really just
It's-
hold
it's
left at
just
the right
platform.
time.
It's a platforming section.
you,
It's one of the
uh,
few.
If you
So-
if you have experience with it, you can really anger the newbies because you can take the first air and just solve it. But
Even
everyone
the
else
zero.
has to take every single
Oh,
air.
God.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
I love the invisible blob, ghost blob.
Goes blob.
What's our official name for it?
Fine, I'll take this.
I like Ghost Blob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
But basically,
360.
transparent blob is just
Is
a
the
regular
best at this
blob,
game.
but we gave its alpha field, which is the part of an image that makes it transparent. We made that not 1,
Wait.
or we made it not 0. So
Yeah.
that means you can see through it.
We actually had to enable a GL blending for just him.
Yeah.
Everyone else,
Well,
Right,
we
so-
had geo blending in my earlier versions of rendering blob.
Oh,
and we
right.
supported images and the like, and
oh yeah, textures.
we're past those dark days.
No.
Okay, don't do
Well,
that.
maybe they'll come back.
Oh, the crown.
Oh, yeah. Hexagons, these like to go inside
Oh,
things.
Nice. You see there?
Oh my God! It's inside.
Let me get that for
Oh,
you.
God.
Look at him go! So here's the
Get one,
phenomenon.
get one inside me, guys. I'm clear. Hey,
all right.
guys, help me get inside me, and then cause you can see it inside me.
So who wants to know why he's flying around like that?
I'm
That's
just
an
gonna
interesting
go.
question. Why
So
is he flying
the
around?
eyeballs are trying to get to a certain go down, or
Save me.
so what's happening is the eyeballs are trying to go to the center of the blob, but the hexagon is blocking it. So the eyeballs are applying thrust to the center of the hexagon, which is applying forces to the blob, which is making it kind of like chase its own tail.
So that's an interesting point of note here. Box B physics is not generally perfectly physically accurate if you
Right.
don't set it up at the very, very beginning to be that way.
Yeah, you can set certain items to actually use the upper collision detection, but it can be kind of expensive. So you have to pick and choose what really needs it and what doesn't.
Yeah, and the main note here is we want our eyes to fly around, and
Yeah.
that's why.
No.
You can actually achieve the same effect as we had with the hexagon flying around
Oh,
if you
don't
like
hit the barrel.
Oh, you guys fixed
slam
that.
Oh.
it to a barrel.
What did we fix?
What was broken?
Oh, you could get trapped up there way back when.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we fixed that
change-
forever ago.
change the puzzle.
Well, yeah, but still.
Oh, making that little.
Green was greedy and took the dot.
Fun thing about Blob is that when Blob is squishy, the eyes try their best to stay horizontal, but when you go solid, they roll with you. I did that.
Oh.
It's just a bunch of trig. When you're solid, it automatically places the eyes where they need to go.
Yo, what about the actual structure of Blob? Someone want to explain that?
Oh, that's a lot of
Since-
fun.
So
So
like
do that.
previously,
Ask Ben about that.
it was just the dots.
Yeah,
Magic.
it's pretty complicated to explain in a Let's
Let's just
Play.
stick with magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patent pending. Yes.
Hey, we beat
Oh,
the
look
game.
at
Oh,
this.
wow! Look at that
Wow.
beautiful art.
Artist.
I mean, there was beautiful art throughout all the levels, but
Yes, very good.
I really do enjoy the final scene, no matter how we just get too excited for Q's art. But I like it.
I want to see more about this green blob.
Oh.
Oh, we can't.
Hey, look.
Alright, I'm gonna check the video before we go to the next section.
Okay.
How are you
Play
gonna
Blob, kids.
fluidly cut?
Blob all day.
Blob.